Joe Hopkins here, and today I'm going to take a look at a website. What kind of website, you might say? Well, if you've been watching my channel, you probably got an idea. It has to do with guitars, especially budget guitars. Now, I like to do this because I would love to review every budget guitar that I could find, but I just don't have that kind of money, right? Who does? Who has money for all of them? But I do like to check out the websites and share them with you when something looks like it's a really good deal. And here's one I found called Rondo Music. Now, if anybody has any experience with them, please, leave a comment. Put a comment down there. Tell me, did you buy one? How was it? Was it any good? Because, hey, man, we all want to know. I want to know. And my other viewers, I'm sure y'all want to know. So I've got it up on my laptop. We're going to take a look, right? All right, so here we are at rondomusic.com, and I will put a link in the description down there if you want to find it. Well, right on their front of their page here, they have a couple, two different brands. They have SX, which they have like their semi-hollow body Stratocaster for like 200 bucks. And, if it's a decent guitar, that's a pretty good price. And they have a brand called Hayden. Hayden, I think it's Hayden. But this one looks really cool. I've seen this one on here before. Fretless guitar, $225. Right? Now that really does look really kind of cool, right? I like the green stripe down it. And I mean, fretless. That's kind of a different sort of thing, right? But we want to go over to their guitars and let's go to their electric guitars. You can see they have a list, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 string guitars, left-handed, multi-scale, hollow and semi-hollow, baritone, beginner packages, and sometimes they have stuff in all of those categories, and sometimes they don't, right? They have different stock at different times, like most companies, but we'll check out electric guitars. Now you can see that SX brand starts out at, I don't know, 140 bucks. For, their Stratocaster, 140 to 175 in there for the various Strats, right? Well, here's one for 130 for their short scale. I like those little short scale guitars. They're pretty cool. And you can see they have left-handed ones. Even for the short scale, they have a left-handed one. That's like, oh, man, that's 20 bucks more than the right-handed one. It's a little unfair for the lefties. I like the look of their offset guitar there, especially this one. I like the look of this one with the 3 P90s. 200 bucks. Oh, and they have the wood grain one with the natural finish, same guitar. I like the black though. They have 8-string lap steels, which I'd be interested in. I have a 6-string lap steel. The 8 strings look pretty cool. Let's see. They have some left-handed lap steels. They have a couple more lap steels here. I like lap steel guitars. They're pretty cool. You do the right tuning on them, it sounds pretty neat. Now this one, SX Hawk, $170. See, that looks cool to me. It's like a Strat with P90s. 170 bucks. I think shipping from them is around $30-ish, which isn't too bad, It looks like it comes with like one of those cheap gig bags. I like the look of that though. I'd like to get a guitar with P90s. All right, but let's see what else they have. They have some other brands too. There's some more SXs. And let's see, SXs. The SX brand, I guess that's like their entry-level brand. Most of these are pretty reasonably priced. This one I think looks cool. 170 bucks for the SX Callisto, which is like their single cut Les Paul style guitar. It looks pretty good, especially at that price. I'd say for 170 bucks, and that says it's on sale. They were closer to 200. But if they're even remotely decent, that's a pretty good deal. Here's another one of their Callistos at $250. So you can see the other one's on sale, I guess. They have, let's see, along with SX, they have, what's that, Saw? I guess that's the brand name, Saw. 130 bucks for a Strat. That's kind of cool. And they have Hawk. Let's see. 200 bucks for an 8-string guitar. Let's see. It's not a fan fret. It's just a 8-string guitar for $200. Now it says on sale, so I'm guessing it usually costs more than that. That looks interesting to me. Are those active? No, passive humbucking pickups. All right, so they look like active pickups, but they're passive. So let's see, bolt-on neck. That dual cut design, kind of like a Strat-ish sort of guitar. I've got two 7-strings that have that same shape, but that's an 8-string. And I gotta say, an 8-string for 200 bucks, if that guitar is even remotely decent, that's a pretty good deal. And then they have a left-handed version in black. Ah, cool. Let's see, you got some more Hayden guitars. They've got that fretless, 225 bucks, but they got the $200 for their B-Stock. I'm guessing they probably only have, yeah, they only have one of those right now. So it might not be on there when you go to look. You know what I mean? But I gotta say, I like the look of that. And I know fretless guitars can be kind of, is that a floating tremolo? Yeah, it's got locking bolts at the nut. So that's like a Floyd Rose type tremolo. Is it an actual Floyd Rose though? I'm kind of curious now. Does it say? Let's see. Double locking floating tremolo system. It does not say if it's a Floyd Rose, so I'm guessing it's not. It doesn't really look like it either. So some of those Floyd Rose knockoffs aren't that great, but it's hard to tell, you know? It could be just as good. We don't know. Well, there's some rather inexpensive ones. A Hayden Telecaster is $115. Unless you're left-handed, then it's $165. It seems a little unfair to me. I call unfair for the lefties out there, but you know, that's just me. Maybe some people are fine with it. They look like those are some, the Hayden brand is some pretty excellent pricing on there. $125 for the, like, I guess it says they're antiquity. I guess that's an antiqued, like a relict kind of finish. Antiquity. That's kind of a funny way to put it. I don't see any brand on the headstock either. It says Hayden. Yeah, it looks like they just rubbed off some paint here and called it antiqued. So, whatever though. That could be a good deal at 125 bucks. There's the same kind of things with different styles. You got your Strat style guitars, 150, 125. Seems like the prices are really inconsistent here. Ooh, I like the British flag one. 140 bucks. Yeah, that's really kind of cool. I like that. That's the kind of thing that looks cool enough where even if the guitar isn't that great, you know, you could hang it up and it just looks nice. All right, here's their premium brand, Agile, right? Now you see the price jumps way up, 500 bucks for their like SG type guitar with P90s. So, you know, oh, well that, you can get the, this one for $225. That's not bad. So the left-handed one is like 600 bucks. That's, I don't usually see them. Oh, it says it's on sale. I was about to say I don't usually see the Agiles that cheap. Usually they're starting at like 400 bucks. And you can see where that's the case with them. 500, 600. Yeah, the Agile brand tends to cost more, but they have a lot of these really crazy style guitars. You know, I think that's, what was that, say 827? I think that's a 7 or 8 string. Let's see what it says here. How many strings? Agile 8. All right, it's an 8 string. So staggered string through holes. That's $600. You can see where the Agile guitars are their expensive ones. But they have some pretty cool colors and some pretty interesting stuff here. Let's see if they have one of their extreme ones here. Yeah, $1,000 for this one. That's like $1,000. Headless. Is that an 8 string? Looks like it. Headless fan fret 8 string guitar. So, I mean, for a specialty thing like that, $1,000 actually is not too bad. Definitely not what I would call budget, but you know. Let's take a look at their 7-string. It's got a tremolo on it. Is that a locking tremolo? Let's see. I would be interested to find out if that is a locking tremolo, yeah. You don't see tremolos on 7 strings all that often. Fully floating Floyd Rose tremolo. So that is a $500 guitar, but it's also looks like a 7-string with a Floyd Rose. So a 7-string Floyd Rose, which is rather uncommon. That's sort of kind of a specialty thing. And then they have more of their headless fan fret things there, which looks really awesome. I mean, I'll be honest with you, you start getting up over $500 to $1,000, it's not necessarily budget anymore. But guitars like this tend to cost a lot, and I would expect something decent from them at that price. Like something like this, $1,000. What we got here? Trying to see, an 8-string, headless, fan fret, really cool paint job on it. I would expect that at that price, it should be a good guitar. Made in South Korea. The South Korean factories make pretty good stuff overall. So, yeah, that could be a good deal for that. If it's a good guitar. I don't know if I'd want to spend $1,000 right off the bat to find out if they make good stuff. I think I'd rather go take a look at, like, this one to see if Agile makes good stuff. 'Cause that's $225. Oh, no, this is a C-Stock. That's why it's only $225. 1/2-inch crack on the base side of the neck near the nut. All right, never mind. That's why it's so cheap. But still, you know, I wouldn't go with their highest price thing to find out. But maybe you would, you know? So there we go. Rondo Music. While we're here, just to see, there's some bass heads out there. What kind of basses they got right now? Bass ukes. I like those little bass ukes. They're fun. And that's not bad. $135, $159. I mean, that's a bit expensive for a ukulele, but I would assume that they're pretty good. That's their Hayden brand. Let's see. They got a couple left-handed basses, fairly inexpensive. I like the left-handed P bass there. Hayden bass uke, electric bass uke. Yeah, $240. I like that look. That's pretty cool. Longer scale version of their popular bass uke. So it's a longer scale bass uke. $240. Those electric bass ukes can get a really nice tone on them, you know? Let's see. Bryce Freak bass sample. New progressive design, $325. That is a cool looking bass guitar. They don't have a lot of, don't seem to have a lot of, what would I say, variety right now. Last time I checked their basses, they had more stuff than that. They had like your standard P basses, J basses. So they might get more in stock later. So acoustic guitars, we got like the cheap ukes. What's their uke brand? Omega, $20, you know. Beginner classical guitars, $60. That's pretty cool stuff. But what in the world? You got the Agile Renaissance 7-string acoustic multi-scale. That is kind of a cool, good-looking guitar there. $600, but I mean, I guess their Agile brand. I've seen that before. They make Agile acoustics, and this has the acoustic pickup and preamp, 3-band equalizer. That looks pretty cool. I mean, a 7-string multi-scale acoustic. I think you could do some cool stuff with that. Let's see. They got a bunch of the Agile ones on here. You got Agile Renaissance Classical 8-string, 27-inch scale 8-string guitar. That is a crazy looking acoustic guitar. You better hope you never have to replace a nut or a bridge on this thing, because I don't know where you'd get one. But that is cool looking. Really cool looking. I think, what's that, an 8-string multi-scale acoustic. So that's like that 7-string, but in 8, Also with preamp and 3-band equalizer. Like $660. Just under $660. It should have made it $666. Yeah, freak everybody out. And they got it in blue, and I like the colors. They're pretty cool. There's another 7-string multi-scale classical. You don't see a lot of these. I've seen people play guitars like this on YouTube and whatnot, but you don't see them for sale a lot. And that's a little expensive. I know this says budget guitar on the title of this video, but that's just too cool to not check out. And what in the world is this? Is that a 10-string? Is that a multi-scale? Is that a fan fret? That's hard to tell. Are those? Yeah, that's a fan fret. They're not fanned by a lot, it looks like, but that's a fan fret, 10-string classical acoustic. Where in the world would you find something like this? Like, that's nuts. Oh, and it's got the built-in preamp, equalizer, solid spruce top. Let's see, mahogany neck, back, and sides. Rosewood fingerboard. That is a crazy-looking guitar, a 10-string. Seems like that would be really good for, well, it says it's a classical guitar, but it seems like that'd be great for playing classical stuff on when you want to get into that, like, cello range. You know what I mean? So, let's see, is there anything else worth looking at on here? They got banjos and ukes, and of course, no banjos at the moment. I have been on here when they have banjos for sale. You know, they do get those in sometimes. Let's see, drums. I've seen snare drums and I think even a drum kit on here before, but they don't have them at the moment. Accessories and cases. Violins. Just curious. All they have are the violin bridges right now. I have seen violins on here before. It seems like their stock is a little skimpy at the moment. But, okay, that's a pretty good overview. Right, let's get back up here. That's a good overview of Rondo music. Like I said, right now it would seem like their stock is a little skimpy. They don't have much in the way of basses at the moment. Seems like they got plenty of electric guitars. And some really cool acoustic guitars. In the past, they've had cheaper acoustic guitars too, where, you know, like your regular steel string acoustic guitars, which they don't seem to have at the moment. But those Agile acoustics, although a little expensive, that really is kind of cool if you're looking for something different, like 7, 8, and 10 string acoustic guitars. That's something that really, yeah, if I had the money to just blow on that, I'd really be tempted to, especially that 10 string, just because it's so different, you know? So anyway, I hope you guys learned something. I'll put a link to Rondo Music right down here in the description. And when you go down there and look at the link, there's a little red button that says subscribe. You should hit that too, because I'm going to be doing more cool videos here in the future, right? And here at the end of my video, this is the sales pitch part. There's going to be some playlists that come up at the end when the little end screen comes on. You should hit one of them. Check out my songs. Check out my reviews. You know, it'll be on there. You can just hit the button and check out a bunch of stuff. And God willing, I'll be doing some more reviews soon. I want to order another guitar and review it for you guys. I'm just not entirely sure what kind of guitar I'm going to get. Yeah, make a suggestion, I guess. Should I get something from Rondo? You know, what the hell? I'm going to have like, I don't know, $200 to spend maybe. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. You're awesome. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.